Hi, welcome along to Arsenal Fan Zones, the show that brings you the latest updates as it concerns Arsenal. Now, if you're visiting this channel for the first time, again, please do well to hit on the subscribe button and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you get to be notified whenever there's a new video. Okay, so again, it's 5 points. Top of the table, it doesn't look like things are actually working out for Arsenal. 13 more matches to go. I mean, it's still obviously going to be a very tall order when you look at the number of matches and the clubs they will have to play before you get to that 38th match. Can they maintain the momentum as it stands now is also a very big question when you have clubs like Manchester City who are still coming from behind. I mean, they had the opportunity to come close and even go ahead of Arsenal, but I don't think they used the opportunity when it actually mattered for them. And then you've got a certain Manchester United who all of a sudden have actually gotten their mojo back and come in with some kind of great force with Rashford leading the attack. I mean, there seems to also be the hope that Manchester United could just pull up something strange at the end of the day, but I mean, when you look at Arsenal also, you also want to give it to them because the boys are actually having, getting that belief that something is actually possible. All right, maybe we should look at the next 4 matches Arsenal have got to play and then see how many points we can actually get from those matches. I mean, we've got Bournemouth coming up at the Emirates, and then we go up against Fulham, and then back to the Emirates against Crystal Palace, and of course Arsenal versus Leeds at the Emirates. Arsenal, well, it must be said first of all that Arsenal actually won the first leg matches. The first leg matches of the 4 clubs they will be playing. So first leg Arsenal came up against Bournemouth and it was 3-0. So it could be easily said that, well, very possible that Arsenal should be picking all 3 points against Bournemouth. I mean, you want to stay positive as the matches actually go forward. And then you've got this very stubborn Fulham side. It was quite a difficult one in the first leg, and we saw, how Arsenal came from behind to actually steal that victory. Nothing to take away the fact that you still got a Fulham side that's just somehow will definitely be struggling from going down the league. So it is obviously going to be a very difficult one against Fulham. And of course you've got Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. That obviously is going to be at the Emirates Stadium. First leg 2-0 to the Arsenal. Another tough one. It's going to be coming up against an Arsenal former Arsenal captain who is now the coach of Crystal Palace, talking about Patrick Vieira. Now, that might look a bit dicey, but it's still possible. Arsenal could go all the way to pick up all 3 points against Crystal Palace. But like I said, I mean, that obviously is a very dicey one. And then if you've got Leeds United, first leg it was 1-0 to the Arsenal. Another very difficult match we had, but I mean it was quite a tough one. And at this point in time, Leeds are actually also going through a tough time. For some of these clubs that will be struggling to stay in the league, this is obviously not the right time to face these sides. But I mean, you can also rule out the fact that with the scoring prowess of Arsenal now, very possible that Arsenal could pick up all 3 points. You can also tell me what you think in the comment section. How many points do you think Arsenal can pick from this next 4 matches? I'm going for all 12 points. That sounds crazy, but I mean, you can also give your prediction of what the scores will be like against Bournemouth, Fulham, Crystal Palace, and of course Leeds United. There is also good news for Arsenal. I mean, the return of Gabriel Jesus is one thing most Arsenal fans have been looking for. I mean, that will all obviously sound like a new signing for Arsenal and also to fortify the team as it stands. But of course, the big question will definitely be which of those matches, I mean, of the 13 matches left, which of those matches do you think Arsenal will most likely drop points? I mean, you can't rule out the place of spoilers. I mean, these are the times where you get smaller teams trying to spoil your chances of just winning the league. But I mean, overall, you just want to think that the boys are actually having that sense of belief as it stands now, that there's a possibility of actually winning the league. When you look at matches against Aston Villa and most recently against Everton, where, I mean, the scoring line of the guys just, I mean, it shows that there's a whole lot in stock with this squad. And thankfully, again, we've not had any major injury in recent time. It has actually been the other way around with Smith coming back into the squad, and we saw the cameo role he played against Everton. Hopefully, we get to see Gabriel Jesus joining the team. The speculation is that he will be joining the team after the international break. Whatever the case may be, we just want to see him join the team and add so much to that attack line, and also push the guys to the finish line. So tell us what you think. Which of those matches before the end of the season do you think Arsenal will drop a major point? You can also rule out the fact that Manchester City, I mean, it's not possible that they can just go all 13 matches without losing or drawing a match. So you begin to have different permutations before the end of the season. Please leave your comments in the comment section what you think. First, Gabriel Jesus coming back. What do you think he will be bringing to the squad? And which match, or how many matches do you think, with the number of matches left, where do you think Arsenal will be dropping points, and the likes of Manchester City also? Not forgetting the fact that Manchester United are also coming from behind. Thank you so much for joining me on the show, and see you some other time.